Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Friday, June 11th, 2021. Well, I'm fried. It's a Friday. The heat this week has been just something else. And nothing like capping it off with the upper 90s today. Heat index near 100, if not past in some places. And we're going into a big weekend. Verona's got their big graduation ceremony this weekend. Fact TV will be out there. We'll be broadcasting that event here on Fact TV. And I don't know if there's enough sunscreen, water. I'm thinking about hooking the double misters up, so it's just spraying me constantly, so I'm safe. It's just warm. And speaking of warm, no, I don't have any transition for warm. There is nothing here. Take it back. There is. We've got heat safety today, Andrew, which is really cool. And by the way, we're at the TF studio. I wish you could see this. We need like a wide shot. Usually Andrew, when we're in the studio, is back in the control room. Just fix the control room. Now he's right next to me, so it's really weird. Normally I'm just talking by myself. Even when I was in studio, I was by myself. And you're just right. He's right there. He's there. There. So, Andrew, we're going to be talking heat safety today with Rich Verona EMS, Jeff Doslick. Timely interview at that. They'll be out at the Verona graduation as well, making sure we're all safe out there if I'm not the first one carted off the field. Yeah. Fitchburg Public Library also checking in as well today. So we got a busy show for you. Just take it safe this weekend, no matter what. When we talk to heat safety, plenty of water this weekend, and just take it slow as you work through this. An extended forecast, hot and dry. So it's not going away. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get into your headlines today. And we start with a Help Tree Diversity Flourish in Fitchburg event. This is coming up on Thursday, June 17th, to join the City of Fitchburg Resource Conservation Commission and Tree Diversity Committee for an event at Corey Hill Park, June 17th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. It's free. Hear from experts about the importance of planting diverse trees in our yards and parks, and take a walking tour of the new species of trees planted in Corey Hill Park. Please bring a chair, mask if you're not vaccinated, and bottle of water, and join us for this educational outdoor seminar. And there's giveaways from Fitchburg Farms, K&A Greenhouse, Home Depot, and Young's Garden. All great places, by the way. I visit all of those, Andrew. They're awesome. Jazz at 5, a new concert series coming to McKee Farms Park, in addition to concerts at McKee. Separate organizations. Great entertainment, though, right? Here we go. August 11th through September 8th. Weekly, Andrew. Weekly. We don't have to wait a month now. Every week we've got this going on. This is going to be at McKee Farms Parks at 4:30, goes till 8 p.m. And Jazz at 5 is moving from Madison here into Fitchburg because there's more open space. I'm actually not sure where they came from, but glad they're coming here to the park. And this performance series is August 11th, 18th, 25th, and September 1st, September 8th. So lock in for a great season of jazz. Slowing things down. I like it. And that'll be right here at McKee Farms Park. All right, Bike the Berg Challenge still going on. If you haven't signed up yet, you should. There's some good prizes in this one, among other things. All right, Fitchburg Chamber and Business Bureau invites you to participate in this summer's Bike the Berg Challenge. Area cyclists of all ages and ability can register. Participants will be challenged to bike a total of 150 miles or more from May to September. Keep track of your miles in the app or Excel, whatever the case may be. Participants can register for a free register for free or register for $10 and receive a super cool, it says, t-shirt. Everyone registered will be entered into several drawings for win some local prizes here from our local area businesses. The 2021 Bike the Berg Challenge is sponsored by Fitchburg Family Pharmacy. Thad Schumacher. We actually interviewed Thad about this event. We'll be bringing this coming up here real soon here on Talking Fitchburg. Fitchburg has ideal access to some of the Wisconsin's finest bike trails and is home to 3 state trails and 3 local bike paths. If you haven't biked here in Fitchburg, you are missing out. And one of the questions I asked Thad was, can you bike to all the locations? Like, go get your groceries. You can bike. Yeah, one of those trails is down by the Hop House, which is really good. Just saying. It has an outdoor seating area, Andrew. We have to go there, Andrew. Scott and I have gone there a few times, but you need to go with us sometime, buddy. He's always so busy, I'm sorry, I'm just derailing our our headlines for the day. But he's just always so busy, you know. He just never wants to bike with us. Okay, we didn't bike there, but you get the point. I am a bike. We're into biking. It's a lot of fun. You should sign up for that challenge either way. It's really cool. All right, Madison Metropolitan School District is announcing its intention to return students to in-person instruction. This was announced yesterday. And it says here the intention of returning students into in-person instruction 5 days a week for the start of the 2021-2022 school year, in addition to the full return to the in-person learning as the default instruction model for this fall. The district will also provide options for families who prefer virtual learning for their secondary students. It says here that the full reopening of the schools is a day the entire community has been waiting for, said Carlton D. Jenkins, the superintendent. It has always been our preference to have all of our students learning in person, connected face to face with teachers and classmates, and the benefits from learning in person in the classroom environment. So important. So that will be returning again in the 21-22 school year. All right, hot and humid days can trigger breathing problems for those who have asthma and other lung diseases. It says here that humidity can increase the levels of mold, dust mites, and ground level ozone pollution, which can make asthma and allergy symptoms worse. Andrew and I have some allergies, and they've been pretty bad lately, let me tell you. Follow these steps to breathe just a little bit easier in this wicked heat and humidity. If you have to go outside, take your rescue inhaler with you and avoid strenuous activities. If possible, stay in the air conditioning, drink plenty of water, and follow your asthma management plan and take your medications regularly as prescribed. You can learn more about managing your asthma on hot days by going to dhs.wisconsin.gov/asthma/basics. Breathe easy, my friends. That's the hashtag on here is breathe easy. I like that. All right. Finally, on a serious note here, with all the hot temperatures, another reminder to look before you lock. 38 kids die per year on average from heat after being left in an unattended vehicle. And it doesn't take long. If the outside temperature, let me see here. Outside temperature is 80 degrees in just a little over 10 minutes. The inside reaches 99 degrees. In 20 minutes, 109. 30 minutes, 114. And within the hour, 123. That's at 80 degrees. We've been in the 85, 87 to 95 range. So you can speed that process up. So please look before you lock. I say this in the most serious way. Do whatever you can. I told you many times on the show that Andrew and I keep our bags in the back seat of the vehicles. That way, when we get out of the vehicle, we go to the back seat, look, pull the bag, and it's good to go. So got to check it before you lock it. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We're going to be talking about heat safety with my favorite heat specialist, Jeff Duslick. I don't know if he knows that, but he is. Next, right here on Talking Fitchburg.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready?
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from Fitchburg EMS, it's Deputy Chief Jeff Doslick. Jeff, how you doing?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Joining us, and today we're talking about a hot topic, and that is heat safety. So far this year, we've gotten a taste, a dose of whatever you want to call it, baked with this heat, and we've got a lot of graduation stuff going on. Big graduation happening this upcoming weekend. And we want people to be safe regardless of it. And, suspecting that we got the heat early, that probably means we're going to have it all summer long. So, Jeff, as we look at this from an EMS standpoint, what does Fitchburg watch out for, I guess, or what type of calls would you see specifically for heat related safety?
Sure. So we're always on guard when we know the heat indexes are going to get up into the high 80s, 90s. Sometimes 100. I don't know that we've reached 100 yet, but certainly there's a potential for that in the next week or so. So we just want people to be safe. Want people to think about what they're doing, and that heat exhaustion and heat stroke and heat cramps can come on rather quickly, especially if you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. The elderly and Your daughter popped in the back. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she's just was very curious about this heat safety stuff.
There
So
you go. And you know what happens is if we like to be outside, and the elderly, the older adults are out there and the younger kids are out there. And I'm glad she popped in because it reminded me, kids can suffer from these things just as much as the adults can. So we're looking for those patients that obviously have for heat cramps, muscle cramps, and pain. Most of the time it's in the abdomen or the arms. You're just kind of tired, and you've been out there golfing for 4 hours in the heat, and you're just kind of really exhausted, and all the way up to heat stroke. So somebody starts to get confused. They may have a fainting episode. Obviously, if they have a seizure, that's not good. Excessive sweating, or they're past the point of not sweating anymore and their skin is dry. And then very high body temperatures. So those are the things that we talked earlier before we went on the air here, that the Verona High School is going to have their graduation this Saturday, and the temperatures are scheduled to be somewhere in the mid to upper 80s. And it'll be outside, and there'll be a lot of people out there. So, just take the precautions, make sure that you are hydrated well. Hydrated means water, maybe half Gatorade, half water. That's the hydration we're looking for. Making sure you wear the appropriate clothing so that you don't get, sunburn, that you have a hat on, and try to stay out of the sun if you can. And then certainly if you start to have some of those symptoms, move out of the sun and get to shade. And, even if that means you're going to miss part of that graduation ceremony, get to a place where there is shade and that you can start to cool down a little bit. Those are the things that we're really concerned about. The heat exhaustion and heat stroke are the two biggest ones that are obviously medical emergencies and need to have 911.
yeah, we've talked about it, you and I, and then we've shared plenty of safety tips during heat waves like this, on checking on the elderly, checking on kids. When we look at specifically at the kids front, I remember this from EMS school, and you're going to tell us the answer here in just a second. But kids are pretty much really great. They're doing really great, and then
Yeah.
it's as quick as that. So I guess if you could tell us a little bit about, specifically, we'll look at the kids front first, and keeping them hydrated and recognizing some of these signs, because they don't always communicate well with you.
Right.
They'll just keep going until it's too late.
Yeah, I think the most important thing to remember is that kids are good decision makers on some aspects, but when it comes to, I want to be outside and I want to play in the playground and I want to go to the pool, or I want to be out in the sprinkler, and while some of that stuff does cool you off, just being out in the sun and playing, they don't always recognize the danger that's out there. So that's why we have adults to help us, help those kids recognize that stuff. And when it comes to kids, try to set some limits as to how long you're going to be outside. So obviously, we talk about things like hats and sunscreens, and, kids can wear the long sleeve cool shirts that, that you can wear like out at the beach. But really just kind of put a time frame on, we're going to be outside for a half an hour or, 45 minutes. And then pull them back inside. Watch again for those same signs and symptoms that you might see as an adult. So if the kid all of a sudden is now becoming a little bit more lethargic, or worse, they have a seizure or are unresponsive, those are the types of things that you want to pull them in and make sure you get medical help on. But yeah, they do decompensate. They do decompensate rather quickly, and the same for the elderly. Fortunately, the elderly are, they can make those decisions and know what's best for them. But we also, sorry. 56 State Highway 69. The other thing is that, as you're checking on your neighbors, not everybody has an air conditioning, in their apartment, or they might not have fans. And if you have neighbors that don't have those things, then make a plan with them that you're going to check on them, or they can contact, make sure they have loved ones they can contact, and make sure that they're safe as well with, water and stuff, that they can stay hydrated in the event that, let's say the power goes out because they have a power surge in the grid or whatever, that there's some sort of plan in place to help them.
All right, final question for you, Jeff. If you are at graduation, you're out this week outdoors, and you do come across somebody or somebody starting to be weird, that initial first aid for somebody, and again, they may have passed out or whatever. They're past to the point of, they need to call 911 and get that help. But in the meantime, while they're waiting for you folks to show up and take care of the patient, what would you recommend, at least in the heat related? You might not even know it's heat related, but
Right.
Based on what we potentially could see during these heat waves, what would you recommend folks do until help arrives?
First and foremost, get them into a place of shade. Start to cool them down. Get some ice, put the ice in the axillaries, in the groin area, around the neck, to try and cool them off. If they're able to take some water, try to get them hydrated. I wouldn't make them drink, 1,000, a liter of fluid right away, but try to get them rehydrated. If you have a place where you can have fans to blow on them, then try to get something to do with fans. Loosen any of the clothing they might have around them, and make sure that somebody's called 911. They may be fine and don't need to go to the hospital, but anybody that has a heat stroke emergency where, dry skin and they're not sweating anymore, those people need to be evaluated in the hospital and get rehydrated appropriately.
All right, Jeff, really great information. I appreciate the time, and hopefully everybody will take it safe. And I know there'll be a crew out at, it sounds like at the graduation, but this will carry all summer long as well. So as we replay this, great heat information. And certainly if anybody has any questions, Jeff, you're open for phone calls and emails anytime. So
anytime.
Because I know I call him all the time. So he's pretty good at answering. I don't know why he keeps picking it up when I'm calling, but he's a good guy. So,
and we'll get this on our Facebook page. We'll try to get some other information on there as we go along, and certainly email or phone calls are always appropriate.
All right, Jeff. Thank you so much, and stay safe out there.
Thanks. You too. Have a good day.
You as well, Jeff Doslick, Fitchburg EMS. Again, check the website and their Facebook page for the latest information. And of course, stay safe out there, everybody. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information. It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
Good afternoon. Let's try that again. Good afternoon. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with two of my favorites from the Fitchburg Public Library. I have Tim and Tegan. How are you two today?
Hey, good.
Doing great. You staying cool over there?
Doing
wonderful. Cool
in
this hot weather. At least you got some air conditioning within the library. People can come in and get out of the heat. That's really nice.
I actually have my temperature gauge. Like, let's make sure it's cool enough.
Exactly. And today we're talking about a program that we've been previewing, and it's starting today, is summer reading. And that's awesome. I've always loved the summer reading programs, and this year's I guess the same as last year, being more virtual and able to do it anywhere. So Tegan, why don't you get us started here with some information on it?
Yeah, so we're real excited to kick that off today. So it starts today, June 11th, and it will run through August 7th. And the theme this year is Tales and Tales. So that's kind of a fun theme for everyone.
Yes.
And we're using Beanstack again, same that we did last year. So readers can track their hours books on that. And they can find access for that on our website. If they go in there, they can log in. And if they've already registered last year, they just need to sign up for the challenge. So once you're all registered in Beanstack, you can just keep on going with the different challenges.
That keeps you going forever. As soon as you sign up once, you're good to go with that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can participate in all of our reading challenges through Beanstack that way throughout the year. So that's cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
That's good to
Yeah.
know.
And I think Tegan mentioned the website, but there's also the mobile app, Beanstack
Yes.
for the phone. So you can be walking around tracking your minutes while you're having fun outside.
You got to be able to have it mobile now these days, right? You're able to just keep track right in the palm of your hand, like everything else we can do.
That's right.
Yeah. And that does, and the summer reading does include adults too, right?
It does. Yeah, we have all ages. So for the adult program, for every book or audiobook you listen to, we just write a review in the Beanstack. And then you'll be entered in for a weekly prize drawing for either a $5 Oasis gift card or a Pizza Ranch coupon. So those are the weekly drawings. And then at the end of the program, we're going to have 2 grand prize drawings, and that will be for a paper white Kindle. So kind of a big, exciting prize this year.
Yeah, a big
Yeah.
Kindle. That's really cool. That's an awesome big prize to win at the end.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish I could enter.
Oh, come on, Tim. I'm sure you already have 3 of them at home, right?
Well, the kids take them. I don't get to use them.
I know. It's the same. I got a few iPads at home. None of them are mine.
Yeah.
That's the kids. Keeps the entertainment. Explain to me. So when you say the theme, is that the theme of that people should read for the books? Is that just the theme of the overall that you guys put out there as the theme of the summer reading program?
Yeah, so it's just the overall theme. You don't have to read books about tales or tales.
Yeah.
And if you want to, but
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a
it's just kind of the artwork and
Yeah, it's more of the artwork style. Oh, it'd be cool. Like, all right, you got to go find books on dragons and animals with tails and things. It'd be kind of cool to just throw that in there for fun too. So
yes,
I don't know.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's plenty of series with those kind of animals with tails.
Oh,
and of course,
sure.
your like folk tales and fairy tales
Exactly.
as well. So there's a lot of books of those. So,
Yes.
awesome.
Absolutely.
And Tim,
Yeah.
what else do you got with
Summer reading? Yeah, so we do the same theme. It's like a national theme, so all the libraries around the U.S. can participate in it if they want to. We have programs for pre-readers, so ages 0 to 6. We have reader program, which is 6 to 12. And then we also have the teen program. Just like with the adult program, there's several different prizes that they can earn along the way. The main difference, I think, for the 3 programs is the pre-reader. You're tracking the number of books you read with your child. And then the reader program and the teen program, you're tracking minutes that you read. They can earn chocolate shop ice cream coupons, Pizza Ranch coupons, Extra Farm coupons, Buffalo Wild Wings coupons. All those things are able to be picked up if people don't want to go into the building at this time. So they can do a pickup outside or just walk up to the door and grab it that way. The best prize of all is the free books that they can earn for participating. And then just like the adults, we have a grand prize drawing. So anyone that enters and completes the program. For the youngest ones, there's $25 gift cards to Target. And then for the reader program and the teen program, there's going to be Nintendo Switch Lites that will be up for grabs in the awesome raffle. So hopefully, again,
where do I sign up?
one.
I say, where do I sign up for those? I mean,
Right.
there have to be a certain. I can just put my son's age, but I'll still do help him out. get a little more reading in.
100%.
Like, come on,
Technically, I'm not carding. I'm not carding at the door.
Well, good to know. We just let out the secret there, Tim.
Yes.
Gotta keep that under wraps. So
Yeah. So
we're not even
just
going to tell Jeremy. We don't want him
Yeah,
You didn't do it either. No, it's just us.
He'll
Right.
he'll sign up for all the
Exactly.
Yes.
And we
Yeah,
also have a
just-
couple other things come.
Yeah, we have a couple other things too. We have our summer performer kickoff today. We're not doing performers in the building yet. So this is virtual. It's on our Facebook page. And it's the Jeff McMullen Magic Show. We'll have a few more throughout the summer as well that we'll be putting out there. And yeah, summer reading. We're really, really excited to be offering it again in this like sort of hybrid model where they can come in the building, they can track at home, fun stuff like that. And then my last thing,
yes,
is the story walk.
Story walk. Yeah, we
Story
previewed
walk,
this today, this morning too, and it seems like a really cool concept. I really like this.
Yeah, the installation was completed yesterday, so it's installed. People, as we were setting it up, people were stopping along the path and reading, and it's at McKee Farm Parks. And what it is I think there's 18 light posts out there, and each light post has a new holder for a picture book story inside. And what you do is you start at the first one, you read the page, and then you walk a little bit, enjoy the great outdoors. You stop at the next one, you read a little more of the story, and you keep going around the park. And yeah, it's a lot of fun and a way for us to reach out to the community. You know, it's kind of been crazy this last year where the building's been closed. And so we started working on a way to reach out to the community when they couldn't come in. And we're just glad to get it out there, and hopefully people will enjoy it at the park.
Yeah, I think this sounds like a great idea to be out and kind of all year round. You know, Tegan was saying, you know, take your kids out in the fall when you can have a cup of hot chocolate and walking through the park and reading this book. And you know, that just seems like a good idea for a family all the way around. I think that's awesome.
If you have your phone, you could use the Beanstack app to track your minutes.
There you go. You can
track
track your
your minutes,
minutes with reading that. That's awesome. You get a little reading, little incentives. That's awesome.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about signing up, there's actually one post that has sign up instructions, so you can just scan it with your phone, and they'll take you right to Beanstack, and you get signed up.
Oh, it's got a little like QR code right on it.
Exactly.
Right there. That's awesome. I love it.
Yep.
I
It
love
was
that.
so hot yesterday that I almost ran and jumped into the splash pad, but there were so many people already taking that. I
sure
didn't want to interrupt
it's
the kids.
I'm sure
was
it's
great.
packed at the splash pad. But yeah, that would have been a good. I think it would have been a good idea though, Tim, to cool off. That was
Yeah.
You got to stay cool out there, especially
That's
this
right.
weekend. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, you two. This is great. The kickoff to the summer reading program sounds like a really good time. And of course, the magician today. And you know, gotta love the magic show. You can't go wrong with magic, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then the
Exactly.
story walk. I think that's awesome. Well, you two stay cool this weekend, and we'll talk to you next month.
Awesome. Thanks for having
Sounds
us.
great.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll have more Talking Fitchburg right after this.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day, I want to thank our friends from the Fitchburg Public Library. That was Tim and Tegan, plus Jeff Doslick, Fitchrona EMS. Thank you all for joining us today for TF being the great guests that you are. We love you guys. We appreciate the time. Andrew, get those interviews posted up online here. Facebook, YouTube. You can check that out all weekend long. And while you're staying in the air conditioning and drinking plenty of water, you can follow us all day. Have a great, safe weekend.